Hello and welcome to this, which is our 8th vlog. Now this is a little bit of a different way of doing things. I'm recording this intro on a Canon camera, which I'm now going to use for all the future vlogs. The vlog you're going to watch is actually a question and answer that I did about 7 weeks ago, basically to celebrate the first 6 months aboard Freedom. And it was easier to show this, which I've taped originally on my iPhone, than to set to and do it all again with fresh questions and fresh answers, which I obviously will do again in the future after I've done it here. So I'm just want to apologise that the video doesn't fill the whole screen, but as you'll see with the intro, this one does, this part does. So hence this is why future videos are all going to be done on the Canon. I'm rabbiting, I'll drink my tea, you watch the video. Hope you enjoy, and if you do, please subscribe. And if you want to leave any comments, I'll make a point of answering every single one. Thank you. See you. Good evening and welcome aboard Freedom. It is actually Friday evening, but I've made a bit of a start on some of these questions. I hope to put the video out tomorrow, and I may actually detract from answering one of the questions and actually turning it into a video. I think it'll be easier. So let's kick this off. Very first, I'm going to have to keep wearing my glasses because I can't see a bloody thing. So, first question is from Adam Huskins. Adam wants to know if I've fallen in. Well, quite simply, no, because I can't swim. Luckily, this part of the marina where I am isn't deep anyway, and I'm very, very careful. Now, Misty, bear in mind, she has actually slipped over the side twice while I've been hanging onto the lead and having to drag her back. But me personally, simple answer is no. Now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. I think it's Ads Carl. And he asked a very good question, actually. He's asked me, why have the original owners, who actually fitted out this boat, sold her? Well, really, to be fair, only they could give you the honest answer. But when I spoke to Jeff, the actual owner, he did say that his wife, and she admitted this herself, suffers seriously with OCD, but she also had this thing about waking up in the middle of the night, and because this boat is lined with a lot of timber, a lot of wood, if something was to creak or to move, Jeff constantly had to get up and do a complete survey of the whole boat to make sure she was safe. There are more, I hope they don't mind me saying, but they're a more elderly couple now, and they're actually still on the marina, but they've moved into one of the marina, or had built one of the marina lodges. And as part of that agreement with the marina, they've now got a plastic boat, so that complies with the rules and regulations. I don't know whether they'll be going out much on it. I think they're happy in the lodge, and I'm so pleased they did decide to sell, because I couldn't have found a nicer boat. For the money, I just couldn't have found a nicer boat. Richard Mercer. How much did Freedom cost? And what about mooring fees? Well, it's quite. To be fair, I can't give you the exact figure, because Jeff and his wife kindly did me a massive favour, because I had issues when I come to sell my house, where the buyer messed me about very last minute, trying to find reasons to cut down on his original offer. Let me just put it this way. I couldn't have found a fairly tired, 2 up, 2 down, traditional terrace house for anywhere near what I've paid for Freedom. So I hope that sort of gives you an idea. Let's say I was very, very, very happy with what I've paid for Freedom, and I was looking to spend a lot more money on a boat, and a lot of the boats I did look at was a lot more money, and to be honest, didn't come anywhere near as being as nice as what Freedom is. As for the moorings, now one of the joys of a wide beam is you've got a lot of space. One of the drawbacks of a wide beam, you take up a lot of space. So the marinas rent out, or lease out if you want to call it that, their mooring spots, not only by the length of your boat, but also the width. The mooring that I'm in at the moment is I'm situated between two what they call finger pontoons. So you've got the main pontoon and then you have two little finger jetties that stick out. Now on a narrowboat you would get two narrowboats in the mooring where Freedom is. So I have to pay the same price as two narrowboats. Is that cheap? No, not particularly cheap. Is it worth it? Every damn penny. You're not just paying for the actual space, you're paying for the quality of the marina, the cleanliness of the marina, the whole ambience of the place, the access to the beautiful walking fields for the dogs. Everything about the place is in that package, in that price. The facility blocks, the laundrettes, everything is spotlessly clean. And yes, I could moor cheaper. In fact, I could moor for nearly half the price at Sawley Marina. And when I compared the facilities at Sawley Marina against Mersey Marina, just no comparison. So yeah, twice the price of a narrowboat. Simple as that, wherever you go. Trudy Fowler. Now Trudy is actually moored on the marina, and Trudy's asked, what would I change about Freedom? What would I change? Oh, Trudy, to be honest, when I first moved aboard, I think the only thing that I would have liked to have had was a bath, because I've never been one for showers. But since I've moved aboard, I can't wait to get in the shower at night. I absolutely love it. It's got loads of space, boiling hot water, love my shower. Would I change anything? Honestly, no. Simple as that. I wouldn't change anything. Adam Huskins. What is the average cost of a boat? My God, Adam. How long's a piece of string? You can buy wide beams as you can narrowboats in all different lengths. The wide beams you can buy in anything between 8, 10, 12, 14 foot wide. So you can be spending on, depending on the age, the condition, the quality of the boat, the design of the boat, the manufacture of the boat, anything between, for a tired old wide beam, 40,000 to a brand new wide beam. Some of them are as much as 200, 220,000. So yeah, a hell of a lot. I wouldn't buy a new one. I've got two Aqualines, which are manufacturers' names, parked at the side of me. My God, they are beautiful. And I have looked at Aqualine before I bought my boat, and I just think there's so much depreciation. It's like a car, but on a bigger scale. I think you lose so much money. I wouldn't entertain buying a brand new one. So really, it depends what your budget allows you to buy, and I suppose it depends what your requirements are. You know, it really is a case of you get what you pay for, and you pay for what you want. I know that's a bit evasive, but it's as simple as that. Right, I'm going to turn my bit of paper over because I can only see so far. Adam also asked about mooring fees, but I think I've already covered that. Linda Reed. Hello, Linda. Now, Linda's part of another forum that I'm on, and Linda's asked a great question. What is your engine size? Well, Freedom is powered by a 75 horsepower Beta Marina engine, that's only run so far 19 hours. Anybody who knows anything about boats will know that obviously they haven't got wheels, and therefore you can't record the miles that they've travelled. So it's the actual physical hours that the engines run. Now, bearing in mind she's been completed now 11 years, she really hasn't been anywhere. So, but the engine is good, it's serviced every year. I've got all the service history for her. She does get run occasionally, and before I go out permanently on the water, then I will obviously ensure she's had a complete health check. Linda also asks about the speed limit. Well, trust me, Linda, we ain't racing. 4 miles per hour if you're lucky. What pace will I be travelling at? Oh, that's an easy one. Slow. Very, very slow. I'm going to be in no rush to go anywhere. Robert Nichols. How do I have time for all the dog walks? Robert. Now, I can't live my life without Misty, even though she's laid here fast asleep. I'm not really interested. But one of the things I've found, and I've been on the boat 6 months as of tomorrow, which is Saturday, even though I've got a TV, and I was an avid TV watcher when I lived in a house, I'm not all that bothered. I'll watch the news, but wherever possible, I want to get out in the fresh air with my dog. I don't care if it's raining, I don't care if it's cold. And in the winter nights, when they draw in, I'll just wear a headlamp. Misty ain't bothered about it being dark. She'll be happy running around in the dark. And it's completely, I don't know, it's just completely right thing to do. Get out there, get in the fresh air, get amongst nature, enjoy time with my dog. Adders Carl asked one other question, which was, when you take your boat out of the marina, let's say you've gone out for a week, and you return, do I have to go into somebody else's mooring, or can I come back to mine? Well, I've paid my moorings for the year up front. So that means that if I do go out, whether it's for a week, a fortnight, or 3 months, the marina can't place another boat in my mooring because I've already paid for that spot. But the joy of that is, if you go out for, say, 7 months of the year, and the weather's terrible, and the winter's closing in quicker than you anticipated, you can come back when you want and place your boat exactly where you took it from. So there's no messing about trying to find somewhere to moor. Christine. Now, Christine's my sister, who I don't see a great deal of. And Christine's asked, when are you planning your first trip, and do I have a licence? Well, it's not a driving licence, but yes, all boats have to have a Canal and River Trust licence to go out actually on the water. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's about £1,000 a year, which, when you consider how much expanse of water there is out there, it's nothing. When am I planning to take the first trip? Now, that's altered a little bit. I was telling everybody it was going to be in the spring. But on the marina, there's a lovely, lovely fella who's got a wide beam, which is exactly the same size as Freedom. And only a couple of nights ago, he was telling me that he retires in about a week, 10 days' time. And he has offered to take me out on his boat and let me drive his boat. And then we'll do a stretch out on the water, and then we're going to turn, come back into the marina, and then we're going to take Freedom. So that will make an interesting video, because I imagine there's going to be quite a few bumps, because we went on the trip boat yesterday with Polly, and the trip boat took us on the Trent and Mersey, which is only a canal obviously, and the bigger bridges ain't a problem, but the little, what I call humpback traditional canal bridges, when I says to the guy who was Paul, who was steering the marina trip boat, how wide is that there? He goes, well, it's 12 foot. Well, that's a bit odd, because Freedom's 12 foot. Now, you've either got to be damn good, or I'm going to have to take a file and shave a bit off the sides. I'm hoping that they're actually 12 foot and a bit. There's a lot of big wide beams I've sailed out of Mercia, and there's a lot of them that do go out regular and come back in. So it's just a case of you take your time and don't be rushing to go through. And again, I suppose if you bought a brand spanking new boat and you was to catch the sides and scrape your paint, you'd get a little bit upset. Don't get me wrong, I don't want Freedom to look like she's been in a banger race, but I'm not going to get too upset while I'm learning to steer if I do occasionally touch the edges of a bridge. Now, Michael Everton. Has Freedom ever travelled to Trent Lock? I've not got an idea. No idea. Because she hasn't got a lot of miles on, a lot of hours on the clock. I believe she was brought to Mercia, as many of these wide beams are, on a lorry, although some are sailed in. I do think that Jeff said that they did go to Home Pier Point in Nottingham, to the Water Sports Centre, a couple of times. Maybe that's where he's only got the 19 hours on his engine time. So I haven't took it up there. I don't know to be sure, but I know she has been out of the marina a couple of times. And the last question for this video, it again is from Trudy. And Trudy says, do I miss anything about living in a house? I bet people who live on boats must get asked that lots and lots and lots of times. And Trudy lives on a boat. And I think she would already know, I'm going to say, not a bloody thing. Honest to God, not a bloody thing. I love living on this boat. I can't imagine going to live back in a house. I came out of a 6-7 bedroomed, beautiful big house, lots and lots of garden. Do I miss it? Not a bit, not a bit. I wake up in the morning on Freedom and I go to work, and walking down the pontoon, it's like being on holiday. It's a weird and strange feeling. There's nothing on the boat, as I said earlier, I'd want to change. She's beautiful and warm, very, very comfortable, got everything I need here, plenty of space for me and my dog. So honestly, no, Trudy, nothing I'd want to say go back into a house for that I haven't already got here. And then obviously, I'd be a long way from you. I won't be able to scrounge a cake every now and again. The last question on the list was from Richard Mercer, who wants to talk about toilets. Well, that got me thinking, and I know I did cover it briefly when I did the rubbish and crap video, but I am going to do a toilet video. Now, we're not going to get right down and dirty, and we're not going to get into the nooks and the crannies, but we will go through the layout, the way you operate the toilet, the way you remove and empty a cassette. I will do it obviously with a clean cassette with just water in it, but it will give you a better insight of how we go on with a cassette toilet. So thank you, each and every one of you, for your questions, and I will make sure that I get this toilet video done in a flash. So thanks once again.